Hey there guys, it's Fatal1ty, and you're watching PlanetQuake4.net.
It's Roger, PlanetQuake4.net. We're here with Johnathan, Wendel Fatal1ty at the CPL Summer Winter event. How's it going?
Great, man. How's it going?
Going good. And Fatal1ty's been have a lot of mainstream press coverage lately with the MTV Finals on being broadcasted on the internet, and we have a 60-minute special coming up. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean MTV, really stepped up to the plate and really showed what pro gaming is all about. Trying to bring it more mainstream to the for TV and for for the main audience, younger audience, but also older audience to watch some TV to actually be kind of intrigued by the whole sport. So definitely it helps grow the sport for all of us. And obviously I won, so it was really cool. And it was $150,000, so pretty amazing. But 60 Minutes is coming out, I think January 8th or 9th, whatever the Sunday is, right after the football game. So extremely excited about that. I mean, this is going to show the whole lifestyle of Fatal1ty, like of me traveling around the world, also with my company, the brand Fatal1ty brand, and just everything. So I think they followed me around for about 13 months, off and on, of course, but for about 13 months of footage they have of me, and I think everyone's gonna be pretty excited to see it. And you're gonna see how I live and what it's like to live on the road and so forth, but also the competition and how hard I had to work to win that Grand Championship Finals in New York City.
Now, with all this mainstream coverage, do you think it's going to advance esports at all? I mean, a lot of people, they like playing games, but a lot of people really don't have the sense of the big community there, like these CPL events and all these events all over the world. Do you think this is going to bring a broader audience into the professional gaming industry?
Definitely. I mean, I think with 60 Minutes coming up and MTV doing footage and Time Magazine, Business Week, all these different articles we've been being featured on, it's definitely very good for esports and the community to show people this really is a sport, it's a competition, and you have best players from all around the world competing. So I think for it's going to be great for esports, and it's to help continue to help this thing grow. And we need to keep pushing that way with bringing mainstream media to the gaming front and showing off these big events and the winners, and help build more stars in this league. So we have more stars and more people to follow, because not everyone's this guy's fan or this guy's fan. They need a variety. Everyone likes to have their player, and so it's going to be very exciting to help see this thing grow, and it's going to be exciting times.
For the last year and a half, you've been playing Painkiller, which one of the main reasons why the CPL held the used the game was because they could get an exclusive contract on it. But overall, of all the games you played over the years, Unreal Tournament, Quake 3, Painkiller, what do you think is your most favorite to play?
My favorite game was definitely Quake 3. I mean, not only because it's probably one of the most solid games, but also because it was the first game that really broke out gaming to know that you could make a living at playing video games. And I kind of defined that my first year as a professional gamer in 2000, showing I can make over 100 grand playing a video game. So I think Quake 3 is a great game, and I really enjoyed playing it, and I look forward to playing Quake 4 now and move on from there.
What are your thoughts of Quake 4 so far? Is there anything what are your favorite things about the game? Maybe stuff you'd like to change about the game? Or
well, I really haven't played it a whole lot yet, just because I'm taking a little bit of a break after the New York City Grand Finals. It's a lot like Quake 3, but with the cap FPS at 60, it kind of makes the game a little slow. You can't jump as far as you could in Quake 3, so the movement and the gameplay is a little slow. If it could be just a tad bit faster, it'd probably be a lot more fun, a lot better. You'd see a lot more action, and I think that's what people want to see. They want to see a fast-paced action game with a lot of frags, a lot of killing. And in Painkiller, people actually liked watching it because it was so exciting. You never knew what was going to happen in the next second. I mean, just people were you die, and then all of a sudden you'd be on a tear for like 5 kills in a row. So it's just Painkiller is a great game for spectator point of view, and hopefully Quake 4 can bring back that excitement.
Now, some of the problems you mentioned about Quake 4, do you wish maybe the companies like id Software maybe consult pro gamers or people like you to get a better perspective of what they should include in the game to make it more competitive, more appealing to organizations such as the CPL and around the world for gaming?
Well, I mean, I always think that the developers should make the game how they want to make it. I mean, it's their game in the first place. But at the same time, we have to make a game that's appealing to the mainstream media if we want to help make this thing bigger. So yeah, I mean, they've asked the pro gamers, and they asked even the guys at Raven Software asked me what should be changed and so forth, and what I thought about the game. So I mean, they're doing the research behind the scenes. But overall, I mean, they want to make their game too, and I think I really don't like people always trying to change people's games. I think the game should be made for a reason, but the only reason why I say games should be changed now is to help bring in more spectators for the sport and for the game and help it become more mainstream for the media. So that's one thing I see that they should change. So if you change for that reason, then it's okay. But if it's for because gamers are whining, then no. I think they should only change it for the the bigger reasons for helping this sport grow and so forth. So making the game faster, making it more action packed is definitely exciting and very thrilling to have. So Pancro did a great job on that part.
Lately, I've talked to a few friends that they actually have traveled to your house and they've what they call Fatal1ty bootcamp sessions. How do these players get invited? How did that come up? When did that start?
Well, I mean, I have a ton of friends all around the world, from all over Europe, all over Asia, all over Russia, wherever, And I basically, I'm friends with them. I invite them, hey, do you guys want to come, when you come to New York City for the grand finals, would you like to train at my house? So I have a 12 PC LAN set up in my house, and we have 2 different rooms. One downstairs that fits like 8 or so, and upstairs probably fits around 6 or so. So we could fit technically 14 people to train there. But typically, I probably only have 4 or 5 guys training with me at a time. So I just invite them to come over, and they're like, hey, their sponsors pay for them to fly to Missouri. They come in, a couple weeks early or whatever, and we start training every day together. And it's a great time. I mean, they don't have to pay for room and board. It's totally free. It's just a way of me, helping out the other pro gamers to, make a living, because it's not easy to make a living being a pro gamer. So if you can cut any corners and and try to save up a little bit, that definitely helps. So when I go to their country, they invite me to their home. I mean, their parents are usually more than willing to be very supportive and so forth. Or if I go to an apartment in Sweden and Stockholm, they're all very cool. I mean, so we all kind of just we're all there for each other, trying to help each other out in any way we can. So it's great.
So basically, do they just come there and play? Is there specific routines they have to do, or certain?
Well, just mainly it's practice. I mean, of course, I have my routine on how I train. I mean, I can't force them to do my routine because it's pretty demanding. I'm pretty driven. So when I want to go for something, I go all the way. Even my training partner, he can't. I mean, Brian. They can't play as much as I can, because I'm probably a little more insane than they are.
As esports is growing, we hear about clans doing trades and more sponsors coming in, and now you're starting the thing where basically you're contracting players. We know about Stermy and Zen. Stermy's more recent. Yeah. Can you tell us about that? How that are you friends with these people? That you've met them, and how's that all working?
Well, basically, we look at talent, across the globe, and we look for people that are, obviously are good people. They're not too cocky or not stupid. You have to do a check with them. Make sure they're sane people. Just like any other, when they picked LeBron James to sponsor him, when Nike picked him up, I'm sure they knew he's a smart guy and he's talented and he can handle the press and doing interviews and so forth. So that's what kind of people you want to have. And obviously they have to be really good. And for Stermy, he's definitely very good. He finished 3rd at the grand finals. We're taking home $70,000. So, and Zen took 9th, winning like 6,000 or so, I believe. I pick people that I like to hang out with. Zen's a very competitive guy. He played a lot of sports growing up, and that's kind of my background as well. Same with Alessandro Stermy. He's a very competitive guy. Played a lot of soccer and a lot of sports growing up as a kid. So I like to have people that are very athletic around me, because I know what drives them to be the best. And being competitive at other sports just is very cool. But my goal through the thing is, it's a free players organization. It's basically set up so, whatever they win in tournament prize money, they keep for themselves. And we will help bring them mainstream sponsors like, Intel, ATI, NVIDIA, or AMD. And we want to help grow that for them. It allows an individual to be a star. So we're trying to help build stars in the scene, in the community. So instead of just having 1 star, we want to have 5 stars in the scene. So the idea is to help grow this. I mean, when you think of baseball, basketball, or basketball, you can think of a ton of stars because they promote their stars. They have Shaq, they have Kobe, they have LeBron, they have all these different players. So in the pro gaming scene, only in the scene, who the top guys are. You can say them right now because you're in the scene, but when you're outside the scene as a more mainstream person looking in, it's kind of like, you think, okay, there's Tony Hawk. You really don't know any other skateboard, really. I mean, that's kind of it. So I want to help change that and help bring other stars to the forefront.
And basically, if there's anybody out there that may be interested, they contact you. I mean, how big do you want this to become? Just 5, 6 people?
Well, we're going to be very selective on who becomes an F player. We're going to be very careful on who we choose. Stermy was not chosen overnight. We studied him for about almost a year and a half. Seen him grow, and he's very young. He's only 18 now, so he still has a long way to go. So I'm 24 already, so I have 6 years on him, and someday I'll retire, of course, and then after that, we'll have our other stars in the F players and the Fatal1ty brand to take over the leadership.
Now, the future of esports, currently here at the event, we have Radio ITG, we have TSN broadcasting the games on the internet. But, I mean, the audience they can get is fairly limited. Do you think in the future, like what we see in Korea and stuff like that, permanent gaming channels on TV, do you think that's the future, that it's going to be that popular in the future, that we can see that?
Definitely. I think these games and matches, like these dual one-on-ones and so forth, can be definitely televised on TV. If you look at how poker is being televised, they're not showing the grueling fold after fold after fold. They're showing the excitement of the game. They can do the same thing with video gaming. They can cut down, like if you saw MTV from Game to Fame, you saw they cut it down just mainly to the highlights of the game. Even though for TV it's probably only 3 minutes long, the game was actually 15 minutes long. But at least it shows the excitement in the game, the crazy shots, where the momentum was changed. It allows the commentator, the sportscaster, to explain what happened there, and to explain and teach the audience like what's going on. And with the kids, every kid growing up today playing PC games and console games and first-person shooters, they understand how to play these games, so it's not hard for them. The community is constantly growing, and the spectators are being born every day. So, in the future, it's definitely going to be big.
How about console gaming? Console gaming, even companies like id Software and stuff that have realized that consoles are getting more and more popular, and they're going to be doing in-house development of the console games and stuff like that. And organizations such as the CPL have thought about holding console tournaments. Would you do that yourself? Maybe have an offset of your organization to deal with console games, or is that does not interest you at all? Or
definitely the Fatal1ty brand. We're all about gaming, so we do a lot of stuff about gaming. I've actually played in console tournaments before. I won the Quake 3 one back at QuakeCon 2000, I believe it was. And I do play console games. I've played it all my life. I even played in a Blockbuster tournament one time for my city and took third, but I took first for the NBA Jam section. I love playing consoles. It's one of my favorite, it's a fun thing to do, and it's one of my favorite things, but I really want to help bring professional gaming to the consoles because I would like to make a product, purpose-built to compete on the console. So I'd like to bring Fatal1ty branded products to that market. And, of course, the Fatal1ty brand is all about the lifestyle of gaming. So it doesn't matter if you're a console gamer, a PC gamer, an Atari gamer, whatever kind of gamer you are. That's the market we are going for, and that's the dream and passion behind the Fatal1ty brand is about gaming in our lifestyle, the digital lifestyle.
Recently on FoxSports.com, they rated you as the #2 most feared player in sports. Now, I can understand that, but it's almost interesting how while you're popular and stuff like that, that they would even compare you to somebody like Mike Tyson. Well, all over the world, they've known. Even people are not interested in boxing like that. What do you think about that?
It's definitely flattering. Of course. I guess they based it off kind of a record standpoint, like how many tournaments I've entered and how many I've won. Obviously, I don't bite people's ears off, so I don't get first. But that's just I don't think I'm ever going to go that far. So, but it's just really cool. I knew a lot of the people on there. The Black Widow, which is Jeanette Leach, took 6, and I've actually met her in Taiwan. And a lot of those people on that list were actually world athletes. They travel around the world competing. And obviously it was based on one-on-one standpoint, not like a team based. So you don't have like Michael Jordan in there. You don't have some of the other guys in there, but they're team based, so it's not one-on-one. So it was definitely flattering to see that, and with winning 41 out of my 61 tournaments, it's not bad.
Now, with Painkiller done and CPL focusing more on Quake 4, is that going to be basically your exclusive game that you're going to be doing for a while?
Yeah, definitely. I want to play Quake 4, and I will start training next year sometime when I start actually getting involved in the game more so. Right now, I'm just trying to take a little bit of break after the big win at the New York City, and just kind of enjoy it. And I've been playing for the last year and a half straight, so just to get a little bit of vacation time and live my life a little bit is nice. So it's nice to relax and sit back. And today I'm gonna watch the Kansas City Chiefs play. So I'm just I don't get to do it much. I'm usually always on the road. Like even after the New York City Grand Finals, the next day I was on TRL, and then that same day I had to fly to Sweden to do a shootout in Sweden for a week. And then I flew back home for a couple of days, and flew to California for another shootout for the weekend or whatever. I did like 4 shootouts there. And then I came back home for like a day, and then flew to New York City for another week to do more shootouts in New York City. Then I got home for one day, and then I drove here to be here at the Dallas event. So I'm just constantly on the road, constantly never stopping. So I've been home this year about 90 days. And the other 256 days on the road. And so I'll be here till Monday, go home Monday, and then after that I'm actually, on Christmas Day, I'm actually going to my best friend's wedding. He's getting married in Ireland, so he's getting married in a castle out there. So I'm kind of excited for that. I'm the best man, so it's going to be exciting to go out there, and he's just been a great friend of mine ever since high school, so go there, and then I think since I'm already over there, I'm going to go to Stockholm, Sweden, and celebrate New Year's there with a lot of my other fellow gamer friends from Sweden, so it'll be my first time ever celebrate New Year's overseas, but it'll be a lot of fun.
We all know about your motherboards and the mice and mouse pads and everything. What upcoming products can we expect in the next couple of years?
Well, very soon you'll see the mouse from Creative, Fatal1ty mouse, be coming out very soon, and then after that we'll also have the keyboard, Fatal1ty keyboard from Creative, and also a headset as well from Creative. So we have a lot of product coming out from them. Our Sound Blaster X-Fi has been doing extremely well on the market, and it's just been a great experience working with Creative and all my partners, A-Bit and Zalman. So I think those are the main products to look after for right now. And we have some other stuff in works, but I can't totally talk about them just yet.
So about the keyboard, with the development side of the things, how does that work? Do you go there and exactly tell them?
Yeah, I guess I've been working on the mouse for probably for the last 6 or 7 months. So working on the total ergonomics, the design, how it feels in my hand, how many buttons it has, what kind of features they have on it, and I think everyone's gonna be pretty amazed when they see it. It's totally done the right way, and I think people are really going to love it a lot. So we've already been showing off in our suite upstairs. Been giving sneak previews of the mouse, and people are just blown away by it so far. So I'm very excited to have it come out when it launches this next year in 2006, probably the first quarter.
Now, there's been a lot of, over the years, while Quake 3 has not been played here at CPL, there's been a lot of other tournaments around Europe and stuff like that. And do you think you have a disadvantage now that you're going back into Quake 4, that there's been a lot of other people that have stuck with Quake 3, and since the games are so similar that maybe they have more of an advantage in a game like that?
Every time I switch games, I've been able to, prevail. So hopefully I can just keep doing it and keep winning world championships at every game I play. Obviously it's gonna be very hard. The competition level is very high, like always, in every game I change to. It's gonna be exciting. I have to work really hard for it and go for it. So just gotta play my game and play smart and and work. You can't give up.
Right. So what's your upcoming schedule like for this year? We know about the summer CPL. And is there anything else you can tell us about other tournaments?
I have no idea. They really haven't released much information about next year so far for the World Tour, so I'll definitely be on it and definitely be traveling around competing. And besides that, I'll be traveling the world like usual, promoting esports, promoting gaming through the Fatal1ty brand, and bringing shootouts across the globe like always. And bringing my players along like Stermy and Zen, and showcasing them off and trying to help grow other stars as well. So we're trying to do a lot of outreach as well. Giving other players a chance. Paying for people's hotel rooms. Some guys we pay for the hotel room and their stay like here at this event, and we don't even really sponsor them. It's kind of like under the table we help out gamers and so forth. And it's just a way of showing how the Fatal1ty brand is, how we're all about. Even if we're not sponsoring directly, we still help out the community. We give them spending money, or we pay for their hotel room, or buy them food and stuff like that to help cut the cost down on theirs, because it's hard to be a pro gamer, like I said, and the only way to be a pro gamer is to keep winning and always be on top.
Do you like doing the shootouts more, or do you like the competitiveness of playing in the tournaments, the adrenaline rushes and stuff like that, or do you just like playing the shootouts? Where you can just relax and have fun, sort of. And
I love both of them. I love the shootouts because I'm able to hang out with different gamers from all around the world. So it's really a great chance for me to meet different people and also to see talent from a different perspective. When I go to these shootouts, I automatically get input on I go meet some guy say in Sweden or Germany or South Africa, and like, oh my God, this guy's awesome. Like, you know, I should look out for this guy and see him as a possible recruit for FPO as an F player for the future. So it's a great chance to see like kind of the, you know, who's good, who's not good, and so forth. But then you know, and just go from there. But the competition side, yeah, I mean, I love it. I mean, I'm a super competitive guy, so anything that involves competition, I love, and especially winning. That's my favorite part.
Well, that's the interview, folks, and thanks Fatal1ty for.